So is retiring in Thailand really the dream it's made out to be, or are there challenges waiting for you? So in this video, we're going to break down the pros and cons of an expat from the West retiring here in Thailand. And you'll be able to decide maybe if retiring here is right for you. We're going to do that right now. Are you ready? Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, what's up? It's JJ, the Lonely Bull in Asia, here at one of my favorite parks in Bangkok, Benchakiti Park. It's a huge park. It's got a nice big lake in the middle that you can walk around, and you see a lot of joggers. It's in the morning here. It's about almost 9 in the morning. So probably missed most of the traffic because they get out here early before it gets too hot. But I had some things to do at home, so I got out here a little late. But that's okay. We'll walk around, show you a little bit of the park while we talk about retiring in Thailand. So first of all, what is the appeal about retiring in Thailand? You know, that's my plan. You know, I'm getting that education visa soon, and then when that's done and my classes are over, I will transfer into a retirement visa and stay here in Thailand. So what is the appeal of that? And while we talk, I'll flip the camera around so you can see the views. Okay, so the appeal of Thailand. Thailand's long been one of the top retirement destinations in the world, and it's still right there at the top. The cost of living is significantly lower than in the West. You can live comfortably on a fraction of what you'd spend back home. Healthcare is very modern. It's also affordable, and it's very accessible. They've got public hospitals and private hospitals, and the private hospitals that are often ranked among the top in Asia. The lifestyle, it's very attractive. Warm climate, beautiful beaches, vibrant cities like this one. A very rich culture. You're going to also have a lot of things to do, especially if you're in the bigger cities, as far as Western amenities. There's sports, there's great restaurants, there's live music scene. It's got it all here in Bangkok and then all over Thailand. You're also going to find a large expat community in places like here in Bangkok, also in Chiang Mai and Phuket, which can make transition a lot easier. They give you that so-called soft landing. So with all the positives, you know, just here in Bangkok alone, what a beautiful, I mean, you got all this green space, a lot of parks, a lot of beautiful areas to walk in. If you like sports, they have 2 Muay Thai boxing arenas. They've got a football, or soccer as we call it in the States, stadium. So they have a soccer team, football team. Live music. There's a ton of live music all across Bangkok. And I'm just talking about Bangkok right now, but you can probably talk many of these same things all over Thailand. You know, the food is incredible. Obviously, Thai food is one of the best in the world. So you've got that, and then you've got the Western food and the other Asian foods here too. So there's so much to do. We're going to take a little detour, go this way. So many things to do all over Bangkok and also all over Thailand. You know, Chiang Mai is a great city. It feels kind of like I would say almost a college town environment. Very nice. But you've got a lot of things going for it all over Thailand. Beaches galore, beautiful, beautiful beaches. Phuket, Koh Samui, Krabi, Phi Phi, just to name a few. There's probably more. I'm sure I mean, there is more, but I just can't think of them off the top of my head. But that's the plus things. A lot of visa options too. Swadee Kap. A lot of visa options. I love how every morning they sweep these sidewalks, these trails, so you got a nice clean park every morning. But a lot of options for visas, and we'll get into a little bit of the plus and the minuses of that. So let's talk about some of the challenges that you might face when retiring or looking at retiring in Thailand. Just like any country, Thailand's not perfect. Don't let the vloggers gaslight you like they do in some of the other countries. You know, it's not all sunshine and unicorns and rainbows. It's just not. I mean, there's good and bad, and for me, the good outweighs the bad. But let's talk a little bit about some of the challenges that you might face if you were to retire here in Thailand. First of all, visa rules and retirement requirements. Those seem to change a lot, and you just never know. You have to stay on top of the different rules for retiring, the different requirements for retiring, because it seems like it's complicated, first of all, and the policies often change unexpectedly, so you have to be aware of that. You'll need to meet the financial thresholds to qualify, and there are some significant ones. So if you don't meet that, retirement may not be an option for you. Let's talk a little bit about language barrier. So even though here in Bangkok and some of the major cities like Pattaya and Phuket, there's many people that speak English fairly well, so you don't really have an issue. But the farther outside of the main part of the cities you get, and if you get up north, even in Chiang Mai and Hua Hin, it's going to be a little more rare that people speak English well. So you might run into some issues when trying to communicate in English. One of the reasons why I'm going to attempt at the Thai language school. Also, cultural differences. So you do have that issue too, as far as culture. How things are done here, it's not always how they're done in the West. And adjusting takes time, and it takes a lot of patience. And if you don't have a lot of patience for the cultural differences here in Thailand, as opposed to where you're from in the West, then you may not enjoy your stay here. Because there's definitely some differences. There's definitely some culture shock that you will go through. While healthcare is excellent in the major cities, like here in Bangkok, the rural areas may not have the same level of care. So if you don't like the big cities and you're thinking of retiring in more of a rural countryside area, you may have some issues when it comes to healthcare. So just know that and understand that that might not be the ideal place for you to end up being if healthcare is important to you. And in retirement, that should be near the top of your list, if not the top of your list. Let's talk about inflation. Although inflation isn't a major thing right now in Thailand, it can affect you. What affects you more is the exchange rate. The exchange rate right now, the Thai baht is very strong against the dollar. So what used to be about 34 baht to the dollar is now under 32. So when you're talking about expenses, rent, utilities, food, the daily cost of getting by, transportation, things like that. You're talking about a fairly significant rise in what it's going to cost you to get by on a day-to-day basis here in Thailand. Other things other than exchange rate shifts and inflation, potential changes in government policies are also factors that can impact your long-term stay. You know, we've recently gone through a government change here in Thailand over the last few months. Now, right now, it's kind of unnoticeable. You don't notice any difference, but you don't know if that's going to remain that way or not. You just don't. So, and government policies and government changes happen a lot here. Where do we want to go? We're going to go to the Green Bridge. So you just got to be aware that the government policies and the actual governments change, and how those ramifications, what are the ramifications for you? How does that impact you being a retiree here in Thailand? So stay on top of that, read up on it, and you know, I think it'll be fine. The major policies that will affect us will be visas more than anything else, and bank accounts. And that's been an ordeal the last few months here in Thailand and all across Asia. Bank accounts getting frozen. So you just have to make sure you're at the right bank, make sure you've got the right visa, it's legit, it's non-immigration. You're going to be in better shape as far as your banks and getting along here through retirement. So who retiring in Thailand works best for? So let's talk a little bit about that. Is it right for you? So if you're flexible and you're open-minded and you're financially secure, meaning that you've got a good, oh, look at this, wedding. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So let me talk about, yeah, you're flexible and you're in the culture and what you can and cannot do. Your mindset is open. You're financially secure. Thailand can be an amazing retirement choice. I mean, because you've got, I mean, just the city alone here in Bangkok. I mean, look at this. This is amazing. A big city with such green space. I love it. It's ideal for people who are able to embrace new cultures, can adapt to change, and don't mind being far from family and friends. So I'm a lonely bull, so I've always been kind of that loner. So that doesn't bother me to be away from my family and my friends. Sure, I miss them back in the States, but I like the adventure. I like getting out and doing my own thing. But if you're someone who needs familiarity, dislikes change, or is on a very tight budget, in other words, small savings and low monthly income, the challenges might overweigh the benefits. So you're going to have to put pen to paper and figure out your budget to see if it's going to work for you. Because you have to, so let me tell you, when you first come over here, there's going to be a pretty good expense to get started, because you're going to have the airline tickets, and if you bring a lot of luggage with you, you're going to have to pay for extra luggage, most likely. You're going to have to stay in a hotel, or, hello, good morning. or an Airbnb while you're looking for a place to live. And that could take, you know, a couple of months actually to figure out where you want to live. You know, Bangkok, where in Bangkok? Maybe you don't want to live in the big city. Maybe you want to live in, you know, on the beach or somewhere. So you got to check these places out, touch grass, you know, get your boots on the ground and figure that out. And then the expense of having a place to live, you know, you're going to pay basically 3 months up front, 2 months deposit and 1 month rent. So there's that initial expense that you're going to have when you first come over here. And then if you have to buy anything once you're here, anything, you know, dishes or any furniture or whatever, you know, clothes, additional clothes, whatever it may be, those expenses are going to be part of your initial expense that you might have to pay up front when you first get here. So really make sure that you get that all figured out, got a budget figured out, and get over here and see if it's right for you. But if you, you know, if you can't do those challenges may outweigh the benefits. So, is retiring in Thailand a good idea for you? It offers a high quality of life, great weather if you like the heat, affordability, but it's not without its challenges, and it's not for everybody. The best advice from me to you would be to come spend a few months here first, test the waters, touch grass or sand, see if it's truly a good fit for your lifestyle that you're looking for. I want to thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe and share. And if you want more insights on expat life, check out the video above, and we can dig into that too. So let me know what you think in the comments too, if you would retire in Thailand or somewhere else in Southeast Asia. So make sure you hit that like button if this has been helpful for you. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you get the notification bell so you get notified when I post more videos. And as always, live life, my friend. And we'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.